Okay, so we're just going to do a quick quadratic formula review, and with the assistance of my integrated math 1 kids who have never done quadratic formula, and they're going to show you how easy it is. So when we do quadratic formula, we're always using quadratic equations that have the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So a, b, and c are just numbers. They just represent numbers, okay? So this is our quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Nobody likes quadratic formula because it can be very cumbersome and hard to do, but if you do it my way, it's easy.
Should we write this down?
No, you're okay. We'll do it eventually, don't worry. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to find is this value for b squared minus 4ac. And all it requires you to do is be able to square a number and be able to multiply 3 numbers together. So everybody in here could do that, right? You can square a number and multiply 3 numbers together. So we're going to take our first problem down here. So, John, help me out. What's my a value?
1.
What's my b value?
3.
Check it.
Oh, negative.
Negative 3. And what's my c value?
Negative 3.
Good. Okay, so now all we're going to find is b squared minus 4ac. So, Macy, what's our b value?
Negative 3.
And square it. What's negative 3 squared?
9.
9. Good. Minus 4. And what I do is a and c you can multiply together pretty easily, right? What's 1 times negative 3?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Okay, now let's just simplify that. What's negative 4 times negative 3?
Positive 12.
Positive 12. Good. So that gives us 21. That was easy enough, right? Now you take that number. That goes under the radical sign. That was all this mess right here under the radical sign. So we're going to write square root of 21. That's it. Well, and 21 can't be simplified as a radical. You guys haven't done radicals yet. You haven't done square roots yet, but 21 can't be simplified. Okay? Put a plus minus in front of that, and then you take your opposite of your b value. So what's the opposite of negative 3?
Positive 3.
Positive 3. And you double your a value and put it on the bottom of your fraction.
2.
What's double of 1?
2.
2. That's your answer. You just did quadratic formula. Aren't you impressed with yourself? I am. Okay. So let's do a couple more for my Algebra 2 kiddies. Okay, who wants to tell me my a, b, and c values? Vanessa.
Okay, so the a value is 1.
Good.
Okay, the b value is 1.
Good.
And the c value is 5.
Good. Okay. Who would like to find and this amount that we call the b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. That's what it's called. So who would like to find the discriminant for me? John. What's your b value? So we're always doing b squared minus 4ac, right?
Yes.
So what's your b value squared?
1.
1 minus 4. And what's a times c?
5.
5. 1 minus 20 equals what?
Negative 19.
Negative 19. Here's the kicker, and Algebra 2 kids will know this. Once we put that under the square root, can you take the square root of a negative number?
No.
I always tell you no in Algebra 1, but in Algebra 2 you will learn how to do that. But for their purposes, this is going to be no real solutions. So when we introduce complex and imaginary numbers, which Algebra 2 hasn't done yet either, but I may teach those to you guys this year in Algebra 1 because I think you guys can handle it. Okay, so number 2, we're just going to leave like that. So far we've already done 2 of them. Has that been really hard? No, they're not that bad. Okay. So number 3, who would like to do my ABC values? Blue.
For a is 4.
Yep.
And then for 3 it's 8.
B is 8. Good. And C is
1.
what?
1.
What?
What? Oh, negative 1.
Negative 1. There we go. Okay. Your signs are really important. If you drop them, it's going to mess up your whole formula. So, okay, and who would like to find my discriminant for me? Marquez. Good. What's my b value?
8.
Square it. What's 8 squared?
6.
8 times 8 is
64.
64. Good. Minus 4. And what's your a value times your c value? What's 4 times negative 1?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Good. So what's negative 4 times negative 4? 16. Good. And 64 plus 16 is 80. Now, if I put that under the radical, that is something that can be simplified. Okay? And we haven't done square roots yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. But that's the same thing as 16 times 5. Does anybody know what the square root of 16 is by chance? 4. Good. It means what do you multiply by itself to get 16, right? So we leave our radical like that. Now we just go through the rest of the steps. What's the opposite of your b value? Negative 8. And what's double of your a value?
8.
8. Good. So now the only thing, Algebra 2 students, you need to simplify all of those. 4 can go into all 3 of these coefficients. So we're going to reduce that, and it'll be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So that's your final answer. All right, last one. Kylie, go.
All right, your A value is 1.
Yep,
Your B value is 3.
yep,
And your C value is negative 10.
yep. Good. And who would like to do the discriminant? Brian. So what's your b value?
3
Squared.
is 9.
9. Good. Minus 4. What's your a times your c value?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. Good. What's negative 4 times negative 10?
Positive 40.
And what's 9 plus 40?
49.
Good. Put that under the radical. Oh, is that a perfect square? What's the square root of 49? 7. So now we're just doing plus or minus 7. Awesome. So what's the opposite of our b value? Negative 3. And what's double of our a value? Double of our a value is 2. Good. Algebra 2 students, when you get a whole number here, now you have to solve that situation twice. So you have negative 3 plus 7 divided by 2, and negative 3 minus 7 divided by 2. So we have 2 actual whole number solutions for this problem, which probably means it was factorable, but that's okay. Okay, so what is negative 3 plus 7? Anybody?
Negative 21.
Plus. Negative 3 plus 7. 7 minus 3 is?
It's 4.
4 divided by 2. 2. So one of your answers is 2. What's negative 3 minus 7? Negative 10 divided by 2? Negative 5. Those are your 2 answers. Excellent job. Was that hard?
No.
No. So when we do quadratic formula, it'll be easier?
Yes.
Yes. Brian?
Can we get this for homework instead of this?
No.
Now listen.
Yeah, take note, Algebra 2 kids. My Algebra 1 kids would rather do this than solving inequalities by graphing. So, okay, so you need to do this before you do your rational root theorem homework. And thank you, Integrated Math 1 kids, for helping me out. Thanks.
Welcome.